Fed up with airlines and all their endless rules, baggage fees, cramped seats, and random restrictions? You're not alone. You finally decide to kick back on a cruise for some real relaxation, only to discover that even the high seas come with their own quirky rule book. Yep, just when you thought you escaped the drama of airports, a rogue item in your bag might trigger a full-blown rule storm on board. Welcome to Empower Your Journey. This is your go-to spot for the latest travel updates, hacks, and insider tips to keep your adventures stress-free and financially savvy. Whether you're planning your next cruise or just want to stay ahead of the game, we've got the scoop on all the travel rules you need to know before setting sail. And keep your vacation hassle-free. All right, let's dive into some of the most surprising cruise travel rules this year. Number 1, Japan. If Japan is on your cruise itinerary, pack with extra caution. Here's the scoop. Some everyday items you casually pick up at your local pharmacy might actually be a no-go in Japan. Yes, really. Your trusty pain reliever, allergy meds, or even that ADHD prescription could get you into a bit of hot water over there. The US Embassy in Japan even put out an emergency notice, basically saying, "Heads up, these common meds could land you in a detention room." And just when you think you've got it figured out, the rules can change faster than a sushi chef's knife. So do yourself a favor. Check out Japan's Ministry of Health website for the latest updates, or drop them an email if you're scratching your head. Bottom line, if you're planning to cruise from Japan, make sure you do your homework before packing your medicine bag. Number 2, drone drama. Drones can capture breathtaking views of the ocean and exotic ports, but they come with their own set of challenges. Norwegian Cruise Line? Hard no, they don't allow drones at all. But most other cruise lines, they'll let you bring one, with a catch. Typically, you'll have to check it in with the cruise staff and they'll babysit it until you reach a port where it's okay to fly. But here's where things get tricky. Many destinations have strict no-drone zones, and some places outright ban them. Take this wild example. A guy on a Mediterranean cruise planned the ultimate proposal in Marseille, France, at the Notre Dame de la Garde Basilica. Romantic, right? Except, they launched their drone without checking the local rules. Long story short, they got detained, missed their ship, and instead of celebrating their engagement, they were dealing with authorities. Oh, and in that area, flying a drone where you're not supposed to can mean up to a year in jail, a €45,000 fine, and goodbye forever to your drone. So, moral of the story, before you send your drone soaring, double-check the rules at your destination. Or you might end up capturing footage from inside a courtroom instead of a cruise. Number 3, Royal Caribbean. They are shaking things up with their prohibited items list, and some of these bans are interesting. First up, baby monitors. These are no longer allowed after a controversial incident. Their radio signal could interfere with the ship's communication and navigation systems. Now, I don't know how many people were actually packing one in their cruise suitcase, but apparently this all started after a social media couple went viral for using a baby monitor to keep an eye on their kids while they went to dinner. They later claimed someone was in the room the whole time, but Royal Caribbean must have seen enough to put the rule in place. So, if you were planning to bring one, yeah, not happening. Next, if you were planning to bring a professional metal detector on board, maybe to unearth some long-lost pirate treasure, sorry, but that's a no-go now. Hobby ones are still fine though, so casual treasure hunters, you're safe. Same also for blenders. Yep, you can no longer bring your personal blender on board. But the real shocker? Royal Caribbean has banned non-surge protected power strips, power bars, and multi-plug outlets. These have been cruise essentials for years, especially on older ships where outlets are as rare as a quiet spot by the pool. The reason for the ban isn't entirely clear, but interestingly, it came right after some power outages on their newest ships, including a small engine fire on Icon of the Seas and a blackout on Utopia of the Seas. Coincidence? Maybe. If you're sailing with other cruise lines or even Royal Caribbean sister brands like Celebrity or Silversea, you're still good to bring those non-surge protected power strips. But if you're on Royal Caribbean itself, the only thing allowed now is a USB-only multi-plug device. So plan accordingly, because nobody wants to fight over the one outlet in the cabin when it's time to charge your phone, camera, and electric toothbrush all at once. Number 4. Caribbean camouflage. If you're planning to hit the Caribbean, you might want to leave your camouflage clothing at home. In 9 Caribbean destinations, sporting camo isn't just unfashionable, it's actually prohibited. So if you'd rather avoid any unwanted attention from local authorities, opt for a more vacation-friendly wardrobe. Number 5. Carnival cruise. If you're cruising with Carnival, your Bluetooth speakers are officially not invited. Yep, Carnival just added portable and wireless speakers to their banned list this year. While most other cruise lines still allow them, as long as you keep the volume low and don't turn your cabin into a floating nightclub, Carnival decided they didn't want to play volume police all cruise long. So rather than debating what's too loud, they just said, nope, leave it at home. Now if you're cruising with another line, you might still be in the clear, but always check the rules. These speakers can be pricey, and the last thing you want is for yours to get confiscated before you even hit the Lido deck. Number 6. Norwegian cruise. Norwegian Cruise Line has a few quirky bans to keep in mind. Walkie-talkies. These aren't allowed on board. While many cruise ships let you keep the family connected with these trusty, budget-friendly gadgets, Norwegian isn't on board. They haven't given a clear explanation, but rumor has it that those chatty devices could be stepping on the toes of crew radios, emergency channels, or even the onboard Wi-Fi, though that last one is a bit of a stretch. So if you're planning your next family treasure hunt at sea, leave the walkie-talkies in your travel bag and try another way to stay in touch. Another item, door decorations. While a fun way to personalize your stateroom, these are banned due to fire safety concerns. So keep this in mind. Next, number 7, Grenada. If your cruise includes a stop in Grenada, here's a tip: swimsuits are only for the beach. Local law requires you to cover up when leaving the beach area, so be sure to pack a light cover-up to avoid any sticky situations. Finally, number 8, St. Kitts. On the charming island of St. Kitts, public profanity is strictly off-limits. Using any indecent or insulting language in public can lead to fines or even jail time. So let's keep our language polished and respectful. After all, a pleasant cruise is a stress-free cruise. That's our roundup of cruise travel rules for this year. Each one a quirky reminder that staying informed makes for a smoother journey. Which rule surprised you the most? Or maybe you've got your own cruise mishap story. Drop your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update from Empower Your Journey. Happy cruising! Until next time, travel smart, earn more, and live free.